everyone, welcome back to our channel startuplanes.com. I'm Namrata and I'm taking interviews of the CEOs and founders of several innovative startups in India. In today's interview, I'll be talking to Mr. Aditya, the founder and CEO of First Hive Tech Corporation. He started his career with P&G, where he played a pivotal role in turning a loss-making region into a profitable one in record time. With First Hive, Mr. Aditya has helped imbibe machine learning into customer data profiling and delivering 6 times the ROI to some of the largest brands on their marketing initiatives. You want to know more about this business? Let's get into the video. Hello, sir. Thank you for joining today. I'm Namrata and I'll be taking your interview. But before the interview begins, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Thanks, Namrata. Good afternoon. Hi, everyone. My name is Aditya Bhamidipati. I'm the founder CEO of First Hive Tech. We are a customer data platform that's essentially working with large consumer marketing enterprises like financial service firms, retail distribution, etc., and help them take control of their data and marketing ROI.
All right. So, could you tell me something about your startup? Like, how did you come up with the idea of it?
Sure. So essentially, before I started with First Hive, over my career, I basically had the opportunity of working with firms in the marketing technology space, which gave me very very interesting perspectives to what happens at the intersection of marketing, data, and technology. My first role was with a company called Procter and Gamble, which gave me an interesting perspective to marketing. The second was with a company called iGet Global Solutions, where I was selling tech and analytics in Europe to retail telecom manufacturing verticals. That gave me another interesting perspective. And then I ran a startup for about 6 years before this, which was about customer loyalty engagement as a services company. And that again gave me very, very interesting takeaways in terms of what is happening on the ground with regards to data and engagement of customers. And it was through all of these three different experiences that we essentially came up with this opportunity that we saw in customer data management, and how being able to connect all the different breadcrumbs and pieces of data that are there. You, by consolidating them and bringing them together, you're actually able to unlock insights for better customer experience. And that's really how we came up with First Time.
All right. So, were there any difficulties or challenges you had faced in the initial days?
See, early days are always very exciting and challenging, and so is the growth phase. But I think any as you look to build a successful org, the most important thing is to make sure that you find the right co-believers who believe in the vision, who have the competence to make that vision into reality. And therefore, building the right team was obviously very very important. I think we got some good wins early on, because some of the folks who worked with me in my previous gig had trust and belief in me, and also the idea that we were building here at First Time, and therefore a good solid foundation is what we got. And then building on that foundation to find other great people is a constant challenge, and I think that is something that continues to be a very very important priority for the organization.
All right. Now, was there an existing market gap that you could identify where your product or service could rightly fit in and serve the purpose?
Yeah, absolutely. So any consumer marketing company essentially has a large number of interactions and a lot of different tools and interfaces. And like I said, I, as part of my experience in the previous startup that I had done, I actually had the opportunity of working with over 100 plus organizations. And that is where we saw this gap of being able to use data in real time for impacting customer experience and marketing nudges. And that is something that we've then kind of built the product around, and we see that validated every day.
Okay. So, also now, if you had to explain your business model to someone who had very limited knowledge about it, how would you do that?
Look, essentially, we are a cloud SaaS platform. So enterprises use the product um, uh, uh, on cloud, and we plug it into all the enterprise data sets. I think from a business model, it's a fairly standard SaaS business model. So there's subscription, customers use a license, and they are able to then use the platform on their data. The Yeah, so it's a very very non-complicated business model in that sense. We essentially license the platform either on the basis of the modules that are getting configured that the customer wants, and on top of it, there is the consumption that happens, whether it is in terms of campaigns or events that get processed and so on. So yeah, it's a fairly simple business model.
Now, if you had to list down all your products one by one or services, how would you do
Uh, So we have only a single product. I mean, as First Hive, we are a single product, and our entire focus is on building that product. So therefore, if you ask me how many products and services we have, there's just one product, which is First Hive. There are of course multiple modules in First Hive, but First Hive Customer Data Platform is a single product that we are investing in.
that? All right. Now, what is the customer base that you are targeting? Is it just a B2B model, or is a B2C aspect of it too?
Okay, so the we go to enterprises. So we are a B2B focused product. There's no B2C angle in this. Of course, we go to consumer focused companies, so we go to B2C companies, but we are a B2B product.
All right. Now, there must be a lot of people doing the same kind of so providing the same kind of services. So, what makes your company or your service unique than the others?
See, globally, if you look at the customer data platform space, we're actually the first customer data platform in the world to start using machine learning and identity. So there is a lot of capability that we bring in terms of feature set that makes us actually the most comprehensive customer data platform in the world. There's a lot of nuanced differences in terms of what kind of channels we are able to read from, how are we able to process variety of data, whether it is structured, unstructured, anonymous, known customer data, and so on. And in fact, the CDP Institute in its vendor comparison also gives this comparison where you will see that First Hive is actually the most comprehensive coverage that it provides in terms of feature sets. So uh, uh, there is a very very clear set of differentiation that we bring to the table, both in terms of capability, coverage on data ingestion, or functionality on the product around delivering user journeys. Another thing that we've done interestingly is that we've also built some very interesting connectors into the focus industries that we go to, which is financial services and retail CPG distribution. The the connectors essentially allow for faster recognition of value or ROI for these enterprises coming out of First Hive. And that is again something that we see customers really appreciate a lot, because the time to value from the investment that you've made in a tool like this essentially comes out much faster, and therefore there's more rapid impact that's created to the product.
All right. Now, if somebody wants to work for your company and be a part of your team, what kind of work culture and skills that person is going to gain from your organization, other than the monetary benefits, of course?
Sure. See, as a fast growing startup, one of the things that I actually tell all my team members is that we don't want employees in the organization. What we want is folks who are essentially joined at the hip with the vision that we're trying to build, because we have an audacious vision to build the most successful product in this customer data platform space, and therefore this is not something that will get driven when you have um, a transactional relationship with the vision. What you need is essentially a buy-in into what we are trying to do and what we are trying to change. So we need folks who look at this as their own mission to create that impact for themselves, and in the process create the impact on the world for First Hive. Having said that, I think there are two three things that any fast growing young company that you get to work with will give you. It fundamentally gives you the opportunity to demonstrate your sense of ownership on a task that you take. Because again, one of the things that I often share with my team is that, look, this is in an organization at our stage, and also from a philosophical standpoint, the objective has to no, an organization should not give people, here are your 5 tasks and this is all that you do, right? That's a very, very micromanaged organization. We expect people to understand what is their role in the context of the organization, and therefore, the word that I think best describes that is that we expect people to understand the dharma of their role. And then once you know what your role is intended for, you need to be able to take upstream, downstream decisions that essentially get you the outcome. Nobody needs to micromanage you. And in a young organization, this is not an organization, there are 5 people who kind of do your work, and therefore you are only adding incremental work. In an organization at our stage, everybody has the opportunity to make significant impact on the organization. And that is something that people will love when you work with an organization at this stage, and that is true of First Step as well. The second is you're constantly pushing the envelope, which means that you're constantly here understanding new applications of what you're building, and therefore the excitement of being able to create that kind of impact and also evolve the product to meet that impact is incredible. So the ability to deal with that new use cases, unstructured situations that you're put in is going to be huge. And if you love that, that is something that will be incredible. The third is, I think, and the last one is essentially collaboration and change management. Right? You have to be comfortable to collaborate extensively in short sprints with different people, and be comfortable with change. Because as a startup, you're essentially looking at how do I get from point A to point B, and the outcome matters. Everything else is an in-process metric that is subject to optimization, change, and whatever. So yeah, so those are, I think, things that I would say any company at our stage offers, and I think First Step offers that as well.
Okay. So, when choosing vendors or when being associated with vendors, what are the parameters you judge them before?
See, as a product company, we don't really work with so to say vendors, but we do have partners, whether they are partners who help us, uh, who help us with inputs. Like for example, we work with infrastructure hyperscalers like AWS or Azure. So there is those partnerships that we have, and then we also have partnerships with system integrators or with consulting firms and so on. So the important thing is that all of these partners have to be customer focused, right? Because we are dealing with extremely valuable core customer experience driving data sets, or as a platform, that is what we impact. So working with folks who understand that and appreciate that speed and agility that's required, quality that is expected, is a very, very important thing. And we constantly look to learn there, and we also look to align ourselves better with our partners, because collectively then we are able to make customers happier and more successful. And that's the only sustainable loop. Customers become happy and successful, you become happy and successful with it. And if you're happy and successful, you can build a better product and make sure your team is excited and happy. Right? So that's kind of what we would think about.
Now, coming to the future of the company, what are the plans you have set for yourself?
See, there's a lot of plans. Obviously, don't want to be able to. I won't be able to dive in deep. But our overall vision is that look, we are very proud that we're building an incredible product from our India R&D center, and I think we'd love to see us create a global winner from here. So very excited about that.
So, if you could walk me through the funding scenario of your company, like have you taken funds previously, or are you willing to in the near future? How is it working for you?
Yeah, I mean, we've raised financing as a company. We've gone through 2 rounds of financing. I think the financing is like a necessary engine for growth. The financing could be external or could be cash that's generated out of the business, and those are choices that you make depending on what kind of spends that you intend to do and what kind of acceleration. Will we do more rounds of financing in the future? Most likely we will look for additional rounds of financing as we get to certain milestones. Um, uh, but yeah, I mean, I think the interesting thing about a product like ours is that uh, this is because we go to enterprises. These are large scale deals, big deals that we work on, and therefore, there is the financing is required more for growth. Otherwise, from a unit economics perspective, from a CAC payback standpoint, these are incredible, very very good numbers that a company like us has, and therefore the financing requirement will be primarily to focus on accelerating growth rather than build or deliver.
All right. Now, lastly, my question would be to ask you, what are your thoughts on startup lanes?
See, every ecosystem requires a nurture, and I think platforms like Startup Lanes essentially add to the nurture part of that ecosystem by allowing people to know about different stories that are coming up in the space, and hopefully that inspires more people to be able to do interesting work, and for us to be able to collaborate with more folks. So congratulations to you guys for this platform, and I wish you guys a lot of success. Bring more interesting stories on your platform.
Okay. Well, thank you for your kind words, sir. It was lovely talking to you. Thank you for taking out your time and speaking on our platform and discussing in detail about your business ideas. It was a pleasure from my side as well as my team at Startup Lanes.
Sounds good. Thank you, Namrata.
Thank
All
you,
the
sir.
best.
Have a great day.